The stone is so cold it bleeds through my knees like a second winter. Ironvale's central courtyard holds maybe 60 wolves, and every single one of them is watching me kneel. I don't look up. I fix my gaze on the dark crack running through the flagstone beneath me, a fracture that splits the courtyard seal almost perfectly in half. And I breathe. Slow, measured. Pine resin and pack musk and the metallic bite of mountain air fill my lungs, and underneath all of it, beneath the scent of 60 witnesses, I catch the last traces of him. Cedarwood and cold smoke, Dorian's scent, my mate's scent. Not for much longer. Sarah Ashvale. Dorian's voice carries without effort. He doesn't raise it. He never needs to. By blood right and pack law, I sever the mate bond between us. Formally, permanently, and without appeal. Without appeal. And the words land like a blade between my ribs, and my wolf, my small, quiet wolf who has waited her entire life for this bond, screams. Not outwardly. Inside. A sound like something ancient tearing loose from its moorings, like a howl that has nowhere left to go. It is the second worst pain I have ever felt. The first was believing he was real. My nails cut into my palms. I breathe through it. Dorian steps closer. I can see his boots now. Polished black pack leather, ceremonial stitching at the toe. Curated, even here, even in this. You should have known better, he says quietly, meant only for me, than to let people see you hope. Something inside me calcifies, goes perfectly still. I stand up. Dorian's jaw tightens almost imperceptibly. He expected me to stay down a moment longer, I think. Expected some sound from me. A plea and a sob. Something he could dismiss. I give him nothing. I press my tongue to the inside of my cheek where I've bitten it bloody, taste copper, and swallow it. The king arrives at dawn. Dorian murmurs, low and clipped. Be gone before then. Your presence embarrasses the pack. A few wolves avert their eyes. Most don't. Sarah Ashvale walks out of that courtyard the same way she knelt in it, without a sound. The forest swallows me before my body admits how badly it is shaking. I find a rock shelf beneath a clutch of black pines, curl into the hollow behind it, and press my spine against cold stone. My wolf lies down inside me like something wounded and exhausted, and unsure it intends to rise again. Rise, I tell her. Neither of us believes it yet, but I don't let her stop. The convoy arrives like a verdict. Might I hear them before I see them? The low growl of black vehicles threading through the mountain pass, the crunch of gravel under heavy tires, the distant percussion of dominant musk rolling ahead like a pressure front. I had told myself I would be gone by now. Slipped through the eastern tree line, swallowed by the mist, erased. Instead, I stand frozen at the forest's edge like something that hasn't learned yet how to leave. The black gates swing open. 3 vehicles, armed wolves dropping from running boards with the synchronized economy of soldiers. And then the rear door of the centre vehicle opens and Kyle Dravenmore steps into the pale dawn light. The charcoal commander's coat, the cropped black hair. The kind of stillness that doesn't belong to a man trying to look dangerous. It belongs to something that simply is. And he takes 2 steps into the courtyard and stops dead. His head turns, slowly, precisely, like a compass needle finding north against its will. He finds me across 60 feet of cold gravel and morning fog, and every coherent thought I possess detonates. The scent hits me at the same moment. Dark cedar, and something deeper beneath it. Smoke and iron and the faint electric charge of a storm that hasn't broken yet. It punches through my ribcage and wraps around the raw, howling wound my wolf has been nursing all night, and she lurches upright inside me for the first time since Dorian tore us apart. No, I tell her. Don't. She doesn't listen. She never does, when it matters. Kyle Dravenmore crosses the yard. The pack wolves around him step back without realizing they're doing it. His amber eyes don't leave my face, and I watch them bleed toward gold as he closes the distance, each step slow and deliberate, like he's giving me time to run. I don't run. He stops close enough that I have to tilt my chin up to hold his gaze. His gloved hand lifts and his fingers close. Not rough, not gentle, simply certain, around my jaw. The electric current is instantaneous and savage. My eyes burn. I feel them shifting silver and cannot stop it. Name, Kyle says, low, controlled, a word that lands like a sentence. Sarah Ashvale. She's nothing. Dorian's voice slices in from my left, sharp with forced calm. A rejected Omega, she was just leaving. Kyle's amber gaze moves to Dorian for exactly 1 second. What lives inside that look makes Dorian go very still. She stays, Kyle says. Not a question, not yet an explanation. Just the most irrevocable 2 words I have ever heard, and the beginning of something I am absolutely certain will destroy me. Dorian moves before Kyle can speak again. He crosses the yard in 3 purposeful strides, his green eyes cutting to me with the particular precision of a man who has already decided how this ends. The Iron Veil pack ripples behind him, reading his posture the way they've always read it, as direction, as permission. We had an agreement, Dorian says, not to me but to the air beside Kyle's shoulder. Careful. Deferential on the surface, but I hear the current beneath it. He is not asking, he is reminding. She was supposed to be gone before you arrived. The Omega's presence disrupts pack order. I'm invoking territorial right of removal. My wolf snarls something low and savage behind my sternum. He's trying to package you, she says. Box you, stamp you gone. She remains, Kyle says. Simple, immovable as iron bedrock. Something flickers across Dorian's face. Too fast for the pack to catch, too slow to hide from me. I have spent 2 years learning every micro-expression that gorgeous, treacherous face produces. That one is panic, dressed as authority. Dorian turns to me directly. Walk away, Sarah. His voice drops, stripped of ceremony, and what lives underneath is not contempt. It is something far more volatile. Fear. Don't make this harder than it already is. Harder for whom? I hear myself say. The words come out quiet, surgical, and they cut him open in front of both packs. You rejected me on your knees before your entire territory this morning. Each word falls separately like stones into still water. You made sure every wolf here understood exactly what you thought I was worth. Now you're afraid of what happens when someone disagrees. I hold his gaze. That's not my burden. That is your cowardice, and everyone can smell it. The yard goes taut. Dorian's hand shoots out and closes around my arm, hard hauling, a grip designed to move livestock, and he shoves me sideways with enough force that I stumble. Then something breaks. Not in me, not exactly. More like something that was always there simply stops pretending. The pulse tears outward from my chest without my permission. Pale silver, not light, not quite sound, something older than both, floods the space in a single catastrophic wave. My eyes are burning. I feel them go incandescent. Every dominant wolf in the yard seizes. Some drop to one knee, some freeze mid-breath. I'm choked by an instinct they cannot override. Even Kyle goes utterly, completely still, and the expression that crosses the Alpha King's face is not command. It is recognition. Goddess! Someone whispers behind me. An elder. His voice is shaking. A primordial! She's a primordial. The word lands like a myth, remembering it is real. The silver pulse fades, but the silence it carved into the yard does not. Kyle moves first. He crosses the space between us in 4 measured strides. No urgency, no theatrics, just the absolute certainty of a man who has decided, and places himself between Dorian and me. His back is broad enough to block my entire view of the Iron Veil Alpha. The charcoal coat settles around him like a closing door. Touch her again, Kyle says, and I will remove the hand. His voice is barely above a murmur. Yeah, and that's what makes it devastating. Dorian's jaw tightens. I scent his fury from here, sharp and green like snapped pine under something souring. My king. The title arrives, coated in careful deference. She was rejected under lawful pack right. Whatever you believe you're sensing, she carries no standing. Claiming a discarded Omega will fracture every alliance the Black Throne holds in this region. I urge you to consider. I invoke King's law. The words fall like granite into still water. Every Iron Veil wolf goes rigid. Even the air seems to recalibrate. Kyle turns slightly, just enough to let his profile cut the morning light. The bond is ancient, Pre-pack, pre-law. Whatever rite you performed on this woman was performed on a primordial, which means it holds no legal weight under the original accords. A pause. Precise and merciless. You didn't reject your mate, Voss. You rejected your kings. Dorian's composure finally fractures. You can't. I already have. Then Kale turns fully to me. His amber eyes find mine, and something in my chest seizes. Not fear, not the shattering anguish from this morning, but something raw and more careful than either. He studies me the way no one has, like I am the answer to a question the world forgot to ask. I'm not deciding for you, he says quietly. Just for me. I'm clearing the field so you can decide for yourself. Black Throne, protection. You're placed there as an equal, not a ward. His jaw tightens almost imperceptibly. Come because you choose it, not because I command it. My wolf stirs. Not the wounded creature from the cold stone courtyard, but something older waking beneath her. She recognizes him. She has always recognized him. I breathe him in. Rain-soaked iron and dark cedar, and beneath it, something steady and irreversible, like bedrock. No deception, no performance, just truth, offered to me like no one ever thought to before. I'll stay, I say, but I keep my own name, my own terms. Kyle's mouth curves, barely precisely devastating in its restraint. I wouldn't have it any other way. Sarah's story is only beginning, and the Black Throne will never be the same. Follow for the next chapter.